This program contains content that may offend some viewers.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Beyond 2000. Later in the program, Kirsten will be looking at the future of pants and asking, what if we put lights on them? But first, let's go shopping with Alex. Now, Alex, I've got to say, it doesn't much look like we're in a shop.
No, Ben, it doesn't. But we are in a shop on the World Wide Web.
The World Wide Web? Well, that sounds like a shop for spiders.
It does, but it isn't. You can use a computer to make purchases, just like you're in a shop, but electric.
That sounds confusing. What happens if something goes wrong?
When you shop online from an Australian business, all your usual consumer rights still apply.
Well, that is a relief.
So, for instance, I've just ordered a Shiraz from an online business right here in Australia.
A cyber Shiraz, perhaps.
Just a regular Shiraz. And here it is.
Your delivery, ma'am.
Now, of course, it isn't really that fast.
Well, not yet.
And here we go. Look, this isn't what I ordered at all. I'd say this constitutes a major problem. So, under the Australian consumer law, I'm entitled to a replacement or a refund. It's my choice.
Yes, but certainly it doesn't apply to online purchases.
I literally just said that it did. Take this back.
That will be $20 for robo-postage.
Okay, I may have to pay the shipping costs for returning goods up front. But if it's a major failure, I'm entitled to recoup any reasonable costs I incur while returning the purchases. So you have to pay me back.
That's not our returns policy.
It doesn't matter. Go.
Of course, ma'am. 1,000 internet apologies.
Now, you said major failure. What if it's a minor failure, the kind we had last week with Kirsten's business rollerblades?
The meeting of the future.
If the problem is minor, the seller can choose whether to refund, repair or replace, and you may have to pay the cost of postage.
Gosh, well, I'm glad that I've got until the year 2000 to work all this out. But let me ask you, what about if it's an overseas business? It is, after all, the World Wide Web.
Parastriker.
The Australian consumer law could still apply. It's a very grey area, but asserting your consumer rights can be difficult. And that goes for any online purchase. So the ACCC recommends you should only buy online from a seller who has a good reputation, has clear processes for refunds, repairs and dealing with products, and has a secure site and payment system.
There are other ways of purchasing goods using an electric computer, and for that, let's go to Andy.
Hey Ben, have you ever been to a garage sale?
Yes, that's where I bought my garage.
Well, now garage sales are inside your computer, where regular people can buy and sell things on internet websites like the Electronic Bay.
Goodness, but what happens if something goes wrong when you're shopping on the Electronic Bay?
Well, if you're buying from a private seller, you know, a regular member of the public like us,
No, I'm a celebrity.
then the consumer law doesn't apply.
Well, that's very interesting. Good luck, Andy.
But if the trader on the Electronic Bay is a business, even if it's just a person working out of their garage, then the consumer law does apply. Either way, if something goes wrong, you can contact the seller and ask them to fix it. You might even want to use electronic mail. Dear Sir.
Lol. Get bent, chump.
But there might be another way of getting your money back.
If you used a credit or a debit card to make your online purchase and it never arrived, wasn't as described, or was damaged, then you may be eligible for something called a chargeback.
Well, that certainly sounds like a thing.
It is. But chargebacks work differently for different cards, so make sure you check your card's rules for eligibility, how to make a claim and time limits. Don't wait too long to make your complaint.
And you won't have to wait long to see the future of toasting coming up. Extraordinary stuff.
It's also extraordinary that when you use PayPal to buy online, the PayPal Buyer Protection Policy covers things like being charged for purchases you never made, an order that doesn't arrive, or an order that's significantly different to what's described. So that might be an easier way of getting a refund too.
Well, I think we're all ready for the future now.
Especially me.
Of course, if there's nothing wrong with your online purchase, but you just don't like it, because, say, the clothes you ordered aren't so great, there is a chance that you could still return them. Check the retailer's returns policy, especially what it says about eligibility and shipping costs.
With online shopping, consumers have a world of opportunity to look forward to.
Oh, world wide web of them.
But you can prevent tomorrow's problems today by taking simple precautions. Ask yourself, if I buy online from this seller, how difficult would it be to deal with the problem?
Because even beyond 2000, things can still go wrong.
Malfunction, malfunction, destroy mode.
Power Force heavy-duty hand cleaner. Tough on dirt, gentle on hands.
What do we do before we eat lunch?
This is the way we wash our hands, wash our hands, wash our hands. This is the way we...
Safety directions. Avoid contact with eyes and skin. Power Force heavy-duty hand cleaner. It's untouchable.
You know that feeling you get when you're about to open a box?
You can even get that feeling from watching other people open boxes on the internet.
Here it is, the moment you've been waiting for.
Here we go.
Ooh. Oh, okay. They're called unboxing videos, and people can make real money out of them.
Really?
In fact, the highest paid YouTube star in 2014 was a woman who unboxes toys.
Princess Sophia with a blue dress.
According to the Journal of Consumer Psychology, just watching a box being opened is intrinsically rewarding. It makes you feel good no matter what's inside.
I know it's dog poo, but box, 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 box.
This is apparently true even when the box is transparent and you can see what's in it.
Oh, I can't wait to open this clear plastic box of bees.
Oh no, oh yes, yes, box, oh, the bees, ow, they sting so bad, but oh, I love this box.
And even when the box is empty.
Hashtag best box.
Look, clearly opening boxes gives people a real thrill in much the same way as gift wrapping does on birthdays or at Christmas. And it's no surprise companies want to bottle that feeling, or box it, if you will, and then charge you for it. Those fancy white boxes your Apple products come in, a lot of effort has gone into making sure they evoke an emotional response upon opening.
Oh, come on, there's got to be a bit of pomp and ceremony when you've just dropped $1,000 on a phone.
Here's your iPhone 6.
But I wanted the beautiful box.
A box is also a great way to give everyday items an aura of prestige. Like these clinical protection and standard Dove deodorant sticks. Both have the same active ingredient. Unilever claim there's more of it in the clinical version, but they won't tell us how much more. Regardless, both products promise 48-hour protection, but only one comes in a box. I wonder why that is.
I think I know why.
The box packaging is used to help shoppers easily differentiate between our highest efficacy and standard deodorants.
It also helps convince shoppers to pay more than twice the price for it. So next time you're at the shops and you see a product in a box, just remember that box might be inflating the price more than the product inside it. Because this feeling them for free. And it only lasts a moment. Then you're stuck with whatever's inside.
Oh, I've already got a Kirsten.
Sunglasses. Thanks to Hollywood, they're synonymous with cool. But more importantly, they're meant to protect our eyes from harmful UV rays. If you don't have sunglasses with the right protection, it can have serious consequences. Victim, 43 years old. Possible damage to retinas, even eyelid cancer or cataracts. Cause of death? Crappy sunglasses.
He came to catch the sun, but it looks like the sun caught him.
Australia has some of the highest UV radiation levels in the world. The good news is we also have a mandatory standard for sunglasses. All sunglasses sold in Australia must have a label that shows the lens category, which grades UV protection and glare reduction on a scale from 0 to 4. Lens category 0 and 1 provide limited sun protection, so they're classified as fashion spectacles, not sunglasses. Category 2 means medium glare reduction and good UV protection. Category 3 also has good UV protection, but better glare reduction than Category 2. And Category 4 has the highest glare reduction. So, Categories 2, 3 and 4 all have good UV protection. But there is another labelling system that provides more detail, developed by ABCTV, the Australian Radiation Protection and Nuclear Safety Agency.
Every day, I protect Australia from nuclear disaster.
I measure sunglasses.
ABCTV developed the Eye Protection Factor, or EPF, which classifies UV protection on a scale from 1 to 10. An EPF of 10, or UV 400, is the best protection you can get. And that's... Hey, are you guys still listening?
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Hit it.
Sorry, just before you do hit it, hi. Check the label to make sure your sunglasses are suitable for driving. Yeah, see, while only idiots wear sunglasses at night, Category 4 sunglasses shouldn't even be worn while driving during the day. Okay, now hit it. So, where do polarised sunglasses fit into all of this?
You talking to me?
Polarised glasses have an optical filter that eliminates glare from reflected light, so you might think they offer the best protection.
There's a lot of glare here, so I can't tell if you're talking to me. Oh, you weren't talking to me. Sorry, my mistake.
Polarised glasses do reduce glare, but they're expensive and they don't necessarily offer the best UV protection. So you might not need them unless you spend a lot of time in high glare situations like fishing or being a taxi driver.
Wait, now you're talking to me?
What's great is that you don't have to buy really expensive sunglasses to get good UV protection. Doesn't matter if you buy a $400 pair of designer sunglasses or if you buy $15 sunnies from a petrol station. The lens category is what matters. And the real level of sun protection you're getting might be exactly the same, although the level of fashion might not be the same.
You me?
Sunnies like this $800 pair from Prada are described as fashion spectacles because they provide so little UV protection that in Australia you're not technically allowed to call them sunglasses. And the same goes for all these. So remember, look for lens category 2 or higher and you'll be fine. Is what I would have said if everyone followed the law, but they don't. A 2013 ACCC survey of 15,000 models found that 1 in 7 pairs of sunglasses did not comply with safety standards. And that can be a problem because sunglasses with no UV protection can actually do your eyes more harm than wearing no sunnies at all. When you put on dark sunglasses, your pupils dilate to let more light in. And if those sunglasses have no UV protection, you're also letting in more harmful UV rays, which means you're worse off than you would be if you were just squinting in the sun.
Oh, I feel the need.
The need for stronger enforcement of the mandatory sunglasses regulations.
Sunnies shouldn't just be for grown-ups either. It's just as important to protect your kids' eyes. The Skin Cancer Foundation says children under 10 are particularly vulnerable to UV rays, so they should wear proper sunglasses whenever they go outside. So remember, don't buy sunglasses if you don't know their lens category, and choose category 2 or 3 for everyday use.
And that will give me 100% UV protection?
Well, if you really want to be sun safe, put on a broad-brimmed hat, like the one you have now. And wrap around sunglasses to stop the sun coming in from the sides. And don't forget sunscreen either.
Now that's what I call cool.
If car insurance was like health insurance.
And will you be wanting private car insurance?
Why would I?
For peace of mind, and because the government charges you a Medicar levy surcharge if you don't.
What's the surcharge?
1% if you earn over $90,000, 1.25% if you earn over $105,000, or 1.5%.
Okay, if they're going to tax me anyway, I'll just get the basic package.
Oh, excellent choice.
So that'll cover me if anything goes wrong with my car?
Anything? No, it's very, very basic. It's actually mainly to avoid the surcharge, but you can pay extra for more cover. So, when you crash your car, will you be damaging the lights, the engine, the wheels, or the exhaust?
How would I know? I don't know what I'm going to damage in the future.
Well, different policies cover different things, so let's try to figure it out, yeah? Is there a history of engine damage in your family?
I don't know.
Okay, and I'm going to need to know if there's going to be a baby in the car.
We are considering having kids.
Okay, that is no problem at all. You just need to tell me 12 months before the baby comes.
12 months? My wife's on an elephant.
I'm sorry, we do need to know a year out.
Fine, I'll give you a call when I'm considering foreplay.
Okay, good. And is your car going to develop gasket problems or electrical faults?
I don't know. Can't I just get everything covered?
The comprehensive policy, wonderful choice. That means you get your choice of mechanic, you get the best spare parts money can buy, and all of that for just $500 a month.
Oh, at least got private car insurance. I get my own choice of mechanic, right?
You can choose any mechanic available today.
Okay, who are they?
Me.
At least I don't have to pay for it.
Mate, your private car insurance is only going to cover about $2,000 of this. You got to cover the 10 grand gap yourself. I wonder if he's got private health insurance.
If car insurance was like health insurance.
Dr. Willis, do you remember when we designed the Jumbuck 6-burner solid hot plate barbecue?
Like it was yesterday.
Yeah, did we correctly align the burners with the gas delivery jets?
Most of the time.
But the other times, did we design it so that if you touch the control knobs, you could burn your fingers?
Who the control knobs?
If you bought a Jumbuck 6-burner solid hot plate barbecue, you can return it to Bunnings for a full refund. Or cook your sausages this way.
In the consumer justice system, the people are protected by the ACCC and their elite scam prevention unit, the ACCC. These are their stories.
Well, it has been running slowly, yes.
Chief, some of the squad are going to O'Reilly's for a drink. You want to come?
Give me a minute. I'm just on the phone with the computer people.
You call IT at 6 p.m?
No, Microsoft called me. Some techno-babble about a virus or some such. Damn it! bet Norton Lodge that phone was one day away from retirement.
Let me guess, Chief. Did Microsoft call you up saying that your computer was sending them error messages? Maybe that a virus was affecting the performance?
Maybe. What of it?
Microsoft never make unsolicited phone calls.
Never?
Never.
If you get a phone call out of the blue about a computer problem, just hang up!
Maybe I am getting too old for this job.
Don't feel too bad, Chief. This scam affected thousands of Australians last year, costing millions of dollars.
Many of them over 55.
Perhaps we'll have that drink after all. Microsoft calling me. I'm on and on.
It's not just Microsoft, Chief. These scammers will pretend to be Telstra, the NBN, anything to sound legit.
Yeah, sometimes they'll call you and say that they can sell you some software to fix the problem.
Or they'll ask you for remote access through a website or something.
Remote access?
Yeah, it's where they ask to take control of your computer so they can fix the problem from the back end. What they'll actually do is take your private information or sometimes install a virus.
So they'll tell me there's a virus on my computer and then install a virus on my computer.
Makes me sick!
Same again?
Sure. Chief's getting soft.
I think he's going to be more careful in the future.
Yeah. You think he'll remember that legitimate businesses never call you out of the blue to talk about a computer problem?
Yes, and I think the next time he is cold called by somebody asking for remote access, he'll know to hang up.
Yeah? And what happens when someone asks for the old man's credit card?
Look, I think he knows never to give that information to an unsolicited call. You know, I think the Chief's going to be okay.
6129 2991.
Chief, no!
Back in the day, if you were looking for a place to stay, you had to ask each hotel about vacancies and room rates.
I say, is there any room at the inn?
No.
But now, there are dozens of online hotel booking sites that instantly show you where rooms are available and how much they'll cost. Hotel booking sites all make the same basic promise.
Book your next escape with Expedia and you can save.
Find the best price in seconds at hotelscombined.com.
With so many rooms at such great rates, why not when you can what if?
But what if hotel comparison sites don't get us a better deal? See, originally, these sites were just a way for hotels to list their unused rooms at a discount. So they'd get some money for rooms that would otherwise be empty, and travellers could get cheaper accommodation.
Any accommodation at this point would be great.
But pretty soon, booking sites became a major source of business for hotels. According to the ACCC, some hotels depend on them for more than half their bookings. And as you'd expect, the booking sites take a cut. The thing is, the size of that cut has been steadily climbing. Since 2010, Expedia's commission rate has gradually grown from 9% to 15%, and others followed suit. Even beloved Australian startup What If, which back in 2011 bragged that hotels listed on its site were
not forced to pay commissions at levels dictated by international behemoths,
has recently raised its commissions to 15% too. Because that's the level dictated by Expedia, the international behemoth that bought What If for $700 million in 2014. By the way, this is exactly what the ACCC was warned would happen if they allowed the acquisition to go ahead. Today, about 85% of the market is owned by the same two companies, Expedia and Priceline Group. So, if you're using Booking.com or Hotels.com or Last Minute or Agoda or What If or Hotel Club, the results come from these two providers. Expedia and Priceline Group also run two of the main meta search engines, Trivago and Kayak, that compare the comparison sites. And since hoteliers can't afford not to have their rooms listed on these sites, could they be jacking their...